In this video, we are going to learn about envelope detector. This envelope detector is used for AM demodulation. This is also known as diode detector. Now, let's see the definition. What is demodulation? The process of extracting an original message signal from the modulated wave is known as demodulation or detection. The circuit which demodulates the modulated wave is known as demodulator. For AM wave demodulation, the simplest circuit is used is the envelope detector. Now this is the circuit diagram of envelope detector. See, this circuit is taken from a radio receiver. So from the IF output of the radio receiver comes to the detector or demodulator. Now we will see what is this detector or envelope detector and how does it work. So here, this envelope detector, this is the simplest diagram of the envelope detector. Instead of feeding from the IF, we are directly feeding the AM. It consists of a diode and a capacitor and one resistor. This diode should have, when diode is in forward bias condition, it will have a small resistance. That is what I have shown here by RD. Now before getting into this, let's see a little more basic. Now this is our diode. See, when this diode conducts, for a diode to conduct, this is the P side of the P region of the diode and this is the N region of the diode. This potential of the P region has to be greater than the potential of the N region. Then only the diode conducts. When diode conducts, what happens? If it's an ideal diode, we can replace with the short circuit. It's a practical diode, a small resistance will be there. That I have taken it as RD. Okay. So diode conducts whenever the P region potential is greater than the N region potential voltage. Right. Now, what this envelope detector consists of what? This envelope detector consists of one diode. Diode is working as a rectifier. Okay. And followed by a filter. So envelope detector consists of a diode and a filter. So what is the input? It is the AM wave is the input to the envelope detector. What is the output? Output is the message signal, M of T, that is the message signal. Message signal. Now we understood the basic of it. Now we will see how the envelope circuit works. Okay, now what happens? We are applying the AM wave here. Now when this is the P region of the diode and this is the N region of the diode. Now carrier amplitude, the carrier wave is coming here. When carrier amplitude is greater than the carrier voltage, is greater than the N side voltage, then the diode conducts. The diode conducts, what happens? Now we'll see this diagram. The graph, the plot of time versus amplitude. So this diode is just acting like a rectifier. So what happened? Only the positive cycles it will pass through. So we are going to get the upper sideband upper sideband. So this lower sideband, simply we can neglect it because the diode is not going to pass it. Now we'll see what happens to the upper sideband. When the diode voltage is, when the carrier voltage at the P region is higher than the carrier voltage at the P region, carrier voltage is greater than the N region voltage, the diode conducts. So now the diode conducting, see with the yellow I am drawing it, that when diode conducts, what happens? This capacitor gets charged. So first the capacitor got charged up to here, peak. Then what happens? Then the carrier voltage is dropping, okay? Carrier voltage is dropping. So it starts to discharge. It starts to discharge. See, now how it is discharging? Why the diode is not conducting, that already we have seen. Because once it discharges to the peak value of the carrier, or the envelope of or the AM wave, this inside capacitor will store that voltage. The capacitor will be charged. So the voltage across the capacitor will be greater than the P region diode voltage. So it won't conduct. So now it's discharged. Again what happened? Again the carrier and the envelope voltage, the AM carrier voltage has gone greater than the diode N region voltage. So it conducts again. So again it reaches to the peak. Now it reaches the peak. Again it discharges. And it discharges at a particular volt, discharges. At this point again it charges to the peak. Okay, this process repeats. The charging and discharging of the capacitor repeats, and so in that way we will generate the envelope. Now see at here, now it is here, right? Now again the carrier amplitude is decreasing from here. If you see I am here now. From here carrier amplitude is decreasing, but it will start dropping. But again what happens? This carrier amplitude again increases and it gets charged to the peak. From there again it starts discharging. So like this we are generating the message signal. Whatever the envelope generated from this AM, that is actually the message signal. Now if you may be thinking this is not exactly the shape, because charging and discharging we are not getting the shape. But this diagram is an exaggerated diagram actually. See, the carrier is having a low frequency, but actually how it will be? It will be very close. How the carrier, it is going to be very close. This carrier signal is going to be very close. It is going to be very high frequency carrier. So what happens? We are going to get a smooth output because carrier is at high frequency. So this way we can regenerate the message signal from the modulated signal. Okay, so this is how this envelope detector works. Now there are some, while choosing these components we have to be careful. The charging and discharging period of this capacitor is very important. Charging. First let us consider the charging. Charging. How the capacitor gets charged? Through this RD resistor, the capacitor gets charged. That means RD into RD multiplied by C is the charging time constant. This charging time constant should be much smaller than time period of the carrier signal. And While discharging, if you see here, you will clearly say discharging time is more. Discharging time, discharging. So during discharging, how the capacitor discharges? When it discharges, when the capacitor discharges, this diode is acting like a open circuit. It gets open. It won't conduct. So it discharges through this capacitor, through this resistor R. It will discharge. This is the discharge path. Capacitor and this resistor. Charging is from here. Charging is through this RD resistor. This is the charging path. Charging. Now discharging, when it discharges, what is the time period? This RC components decide the discharging period. This should be much greater than 1 upon Fc. Now you can't keep a large value of RC. If you keep like that, what happens? This envelope won't be able to follow the. This envelope won't be able to follow the. This whatever the charging and discharging of the capacitor won't be able to follow the envelope of the modulated signal. That is a distortion. That is known as clipping. Clipping distortion occurs. Clipping distortion occurs. So you can't keep a large value of RC. There is also a compromise. Simply you can't select any large value. So that depends on what? Clipping. Okay. Now there is how do this selection of this RC is depending on the maximum signal frequency also. That signal frequency means maximum message signal frequency. So that relation is this RC should be less than 1 upon FM. FM is the maximum signal frequency. Okay, this condition also we have to take care. So I hope now you understood, you are clear how the envelope detector works. It is just like a capacitor charging and discharging. By selecting proper values of R and C, we are capturing the envelope of the AM modulated wave. That envelope is proportional to the message signal. Now, okay. The next lecture we will start with the FM generation and FM demodulation. All those topics we will learn. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please share with your friends.